Secured mechanization equipment for the agriculture sector. A media release from the Office of the Director General of the Department of Agriculture says the services of the equipment are now available and that request forms can be concluded at the Regional Director's Office in Yundum. Requests for services, according to the dispatch, must not be less than 1 hectare. That takes us to our first break. When we come back, we take a look at news from outside the Gambia. Stay tuned.
Gambia Limited wishes you all a Ramadan Mubarak. This Ramadan, RLG offers you a gift with every phone or laptop you buy. Gifts include dates, sugar, mugs, milk, and pens. Visit our showroom on 62 Caraba Avenue, opposite the Pipeline Mosque. Or you can find our sales agents at St. Teresa's Upper Basic School, Chippa Garage Car Park, at Westfield, or in Banjul opposite the Albert Market main gate. For more information, please call 437-1170 or 744-9106. A blessed Ramadan from RLG.
RLG, proudly yours.
Welcome back. The Russian government is facing a backlash over a new law that critics say discriminates against gays and lesbians. It triggered protests in cities across the world. The issue has compelled some to call for the boycott of the Winter Olympics. CNN's Phil Black is following the controversy in Moscow.
Anti-gay propaganda law makes it illegal to discuss or promote the idea that gay relationships are equal to straight. Anywhere there's a chance it could be overheard by a child. Critics say the language of the law is very broad and it effectively bans any sort of public campaigning for gay rights in this country. International awareness and outrage is growing, with lots of questions about what it will mean for athletes and visitors at next year's Winter Olympics in the Russian city of Sochi. The International Olympic Committee says it has received assurances from the Russian government the law will not be enforced during that time, but some Russian officials are already contradicting that. While internationally there are already protests and vodka boycotts disputing this law, here in Russia there is relatively little public debate, especially outside the big cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg. The law passed the country's parliament with an overwhelming majority, and the majority of the country's population see themselves as socially conservative, with values that are very close or heavily influenced by the Russian Orthodox Church. And those values do not include tolerance for homosexuality. Phil Black, CNN, Moscow.
Now, imagine having your newborn baby stolen by a doctor who makes a business by selling children for profit. Authorities in China said a doctor did just that, doing business with networks of human traffickers. The story that broke after police returned the baby boy to his parents is a heartbreaking scene. David Mackenzie has more in CNN's latest Freedom Project installation.
A couple, but for months, Chi Kum Feng and his wife have known only despair.
Every night my wife cries at midnight. She's too sad to even eat.
In May, Wan Yang Yang gave birth to twins. She says her doctor insisted that the newborns were ill, could become paralyzed or brain damaged. So the doctor took her babies away. We've never even seen our children, they say, not even for 1 second.
I just wanted to look at them, but the doctor wouldn't let me.
Now, in a scandal that shocked China, the doctor has been arrested, her interrogation shown on state TV. She worked at this maternity hospital in Pupeng, accused of betraying the trust of mothers in the most horrible way. The scam worked by the doctor telling the parents that their child had a congenital disease and then taking the child away and selling it on to traffickers for around $3,000. Police say the ring was exposed when they got a tip-off, rescued a newborn from a neighboring state. His mother overcome with emotion. The doctor and 5 others being held and scores of cases being investigated. And in the village near where the doctor lived, more families are coming forward. So they're telling us that there could be families scattered throughout this area that gave their young babies to this doctor. And now these families are wondering, where are their children? The doctor told us that the baby died, said this woman, but they never showed us the body.
We trusted her so much. How could she be so cruel and sell our babies?
And like many in this village, they're now left wondering, Are their children alive? Will they ever come home? David Mackenzie, CNN, Shaanxi, China.
We'll be back with sports news after this break.
Mama Jay dimanche bu nekk ci GRTS ci juróom-ñaari waxtu yee genn wàll ci ngoon ba ci juróom-ñetti waxtu yi jamono ji programme bu xew te ànd ak jamono.
The Minister of Youth and Sports has called for the opening of a new page in the way football is run in the country. The minister was speaking during a meeting with the new executive of the Gambia Football Federation. Babukar Senghor has details in this report.
Meant for a first friendly meeting between officials of the new Gambia Football Federation and the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and so it ended that way.
I bring you very pleasant, sincere greetings from His Excellency, the President, and his entire government, the Vice President, and the rest of the members of Cabinet. To you, the newly elected members of the Gambia Football Federation Executive, I am very much pleased to hear the President-elect acknowledge the maximum support that His Excellency and his government has, continues, and will give to the development of football, to the development of sports, and the development entirely of the youth of this country.
There were smiles and talk of genuine desire to move a sport that has, until recent events, seen better days. There is new optimism in many circles as the new GFF takes shape, and on this day, that element of freshness was in clear view, as the new GFF president identified some of the key issues required to surgically resuscitate Gambian football.
Football is not seen only as a form of only let's play for fun, but it's a form of development. If you look at the aim of Gambia government, if you look at the page under Vision 2020, when we all subscribe to say we want to transform the Gambian into a middle-income country, Silicon Valley in Africa, what are we talking about? Look at our demographic situation. It's an open secret that a little above 65% of this country's population is below 25 years of age. What are we talking about? Very youthful population. And here and now, football becomes one of the largest industries that could contribute towards helping in employment creation. We can use sports to farm. We can use sports in football, especially football, in many ways to transform this country into a development paradise. And this is what we intend to bring to the table.
This is one step taken by the Ministry of Youth and Sports to provide for a smooth working relations between the ministry and the Gambia Football Federation, a point highlighted by the GFF president by extending appreciation to government for its continuous support to football.
When we want to say thank you, we have to single out one man. This man, you could legitimately call him a youth. You could call him a development activist. You could call him a doctor. I don't know what field you will go and not find him. Fortunately,